conversation to a whole new level. Whether it's for your entertainment or your personal growth, we appreciate you being here today. And now, on to the show. What's going on, man?
Yo, buddy. What's up?
Oh, no, another day. While we're jumping into this, I would like to give an opportunity to tell another tale from the toilet.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I feel like we just need a whole episode called Tales from the Toilet, where we can just dive in and share experiences.
I don't know that mine would ever be as entertaining as yours.
So I went to work, right? First of all, side note, I think it's very weird. You just people don't ever really like to talk about going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, it's a natural thing, man.
It's a natural thing. Everybody goes to the bathroom.
Right.
Like, you gotta go to the bathroom, whatever. Anyway, I was going to work. I had to go to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, and when I was in there, I realized that some of the stalls already had people. Okay, whatever. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go take myself a piss. Exercise the strong stream, make sure my prostate's not swollen. And as I'm there, I hear, someone watching whatever it is they're watching on their phone, laughing, ha, 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 whatever. And then I hear some crinkling again.
Is it the same dude?
I don't know. I haven't seen the person. So, excuse me.
I feel like you need to stalk this person. Wait.
I need to see who it is. So I hear some crinkling, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be chips. Excuse me. As it's gonna be chips. This gotta be the chip guy, right?
Does he take his lunch in the bathroom?
Crinkling stops, and there's no crunch.
Okay.
But I hear snaps.
What?
Crinkle, snaps. Crinkle, snaps. And I'm like, what
Pretzels?
is going on right now? And then it dawned on me, this motherfucker's eating pistachios. Full on.
Bro, it's
eating
it's ridiculous, man, what is happening in this bathroom.
Pistachio nuts in the bathroom.
And he opening the shells.
Opening the shells on the toilet, taking a shit.
Watching a video.
Watching videos. And I don't know how he does it. I don't know where he's sitting all of this stuff, because there's no back of the toilet. There's no
he has a special hanger for the phone
for his food
while he's eating
his pistachios.
Yes, bro.
So,
the whole situation is just nasty, dog. It is completely.
There you go. Tales from the toilet, right there. Anyway, don't eat pistachios.
Don't eat anything
In the toilet. Whatever.
Eat, drink, nothing.
Nothing. PSA.
Use the bathroom and wash your hands and leave.
Wash your hands and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's what it is. What are we getting into today?
Man, you know what? My mind just went blank. But how important is it to stay relevant? You've kind of just, just thrown me off with these tales from the bathroom.
Tales from the toilet.
Tales from the toilet.
Yeah.
Man.
If you want to see Tales from the toilet, let us know. We'll make it happen. Craziest bathroom stories. Or if you have a crazy bathroom story,
we'll even take that.
Put it in the comments. Let us know right after you like, comment, and subscribe to the show.
Yeah,
let us know.
Doubt.
But yeah, the idea of relevance. So I was watching. Ironically watching a YouTube video.
Okay.
And it was about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Okay, because she's apparently really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about her style and the way she presented herself, and how she continually to stay relevant, she continually basically changed.
She reinvents.
Yeah, reinvents herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she has a new tour going on that's called Era or whatever. So it's like every era of her life, and she does like outfit changes through the whole.
Okay.
You know, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. Okay,
Gotcha.
I don't know what are they called? A swizzle, a swizzy. I don't know.
You know more than I do.
I don't know at all. I'm just guessing. I know Beyonce has the Beehive.
Right.
I don't know, but it got me to kind of think about relevance, and they related her to people in the past, right? Like Madonna has done it quite a bit, and I forget who the other person that they said. I don't know, but it just got me to thinking about like how important is relevance, because I think of a situation like that, and I think of these people that they say, okay, well, I have to reinvent myself, I have to do this, like whatever. Like at some point, you staying relevant and or becoming relevant, you end up losing who you are as a person.
I think you hit it on the head. To be honest, bro, I believe that you continually have to, in order to do that, you almost have to go to the next level each time. Like you almost, and when you started talking, I remember a very, a Super Bowl where I believe it was an attempt to remain relevant, maybe in where I enjoyed it, but it was Janet.
Oh yeah, when Janet's titty came out.
Right?
Old JT and Janet.
Right. Old JT and Janet, right? Yes. And I don't know if that was the case, but I could see, in that moment, how it may have been an opportunity to remain relevant.
I mean, it did seem pretty staged.
Right.
Because she had the nipple thing already on. And
yeah, right.
It just
there was some things that were kind of set up, right?
Fall out perfect. Like the cup came. It was a little weird. It's a little suspect when you go back and you think about how
and you kind of evaluate it, right?
How it really happened, right? Just too convenient.
Because then what happened is there was this outpouring of what you had kind of outrage, but then you also had this idea of, hey, Janet's back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so you had this dichotomy of movement going in both ways. But for a period of time, it was a whole bunch of publicity, right? And there was just a lot of energy around it. And I don't believe all energy is good energy by any stretch of the imagination, but I do believe that there are some extreme things we go to try to make ourselves remain relevant.
Yeah, no, for sure. The relevance though is just weird. I don't understand, because people. I mean, I understand that people change. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I've changed, you change, everybody changes as they go through these different periods of their life. But you don't have to fully reinvent yourself. And I think that once you start to do that, you're more so pandering, and I feel like some of that emotion and that growth is lost, because what's wrong with just being who you are?
Yeah.
Being who you are might mean that you're going to lose some people, for sure. You may gain some people. I mean, everybody at some point is probably going to hit where you're at that moment in life, and then you will be relevant to that group of people. But why do you feel that you necessarily have to touch every aspect of everybody's life all the time? That just doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I think we built a society now where it's important for you to always stay on top.
Yeah.
And I believe social media and all of those things have created that atmosphere where you have to do. I watch my son watching these videos of, these families. And these families they do these extreme things, right? They'll go to McDonald's and they'll buy this, and they'll go to Wendy's and buy that, and they'll go to here and buy this, right? And then they'll eat all of it and say, whatever the situation is. But they do these different things, these different challenges, right? And they become more and more extreme. They become, how do we continue to remain relevant? I've watched him, like during the pandemic, he watched a whole series, and I basically saw the kids grow up, from when they were, 5 and 6 to now one of the girls is going to school or going off to college, right? So they've done this for 10 years, right? And they've built their whole lives around these clicks, these likes, and these subscriptions, and had to continue to remain relevant all throughout these kids' childhood.
Yeah.
And everything was filmed, everything was taped, everything was a challenge, and I don't know, at the end of the day, I don't know what kind of childhood they really had outside of a YouTube video.
And it makes you wonder, right? It makes you wonder, they have to be some weird fucking people. Like they have to be weird people, right? Like to sit down and have a real conversation with them outside of that, I would imagine they're like, you can't be normal at that point in time, right? Because you think, I liken it to like celebrities or actors or whatever. Like if they've grown up, like, right, childhood actors, generally, right, they grow up
the
to
Macaulay
be
Culkins of the world,
fucked up somehow, or if they don't get out at a good time,
right?
Because you can't, like, your whole life is just geared around this bullshit.
Like, you've created this facade of, you guys are jumping in the pool, you guys are doing these other things, and it looks fun, but everything is a challenge. Everything is the winner gets $1,000. What kind of kids are y'all? Whoever can stay in the pool the longest at 20-degree weather, these are some of the challenges I'm watching. Who's gonna jump in the pool and stay in the longest, and they get $1,000 to spend on vacation. I was like, where do y'all do this?
I mean, but that's what's popular, right? And I don't know. I don't get why. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. And maybe that's just me. Maybe that's where I'm at this point in my life. Is I look at a lot of that and I see, like, the challenges, they don't interest me. Like, I was like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever.
Completely agree.
Keep your hand on here, or who can eat the most, or who can do the highest, or like, and I just get, that just seems like a very exhausting life.
Because you have to, again, right? You always have to, I feel like you have to come up with the most extreme things.
Yeah.
I saw one guy, trying to break the Guinness record of jumping the highest off a trampoline. So they literally had, I believe it's probably 20 trampolines that they kept stacking on top of each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then jumping off of that into a pool.
I think I saw that one. And they were building it.
They had to pull the trampolines up.
And then they jumped onto the next one, and they were going higher,
right? Yeah. And I'm just looking at the whole thing, and I'm like, man, why? Like, what are we doing?
Because they're providing entertainment. But the thing is at what point, since we're talking about relevance, at what point does that become relevant for the consumer? Because you're not, like, they're watching this thing, they're consuming this content, but that has no relevance in their life. Like, they're not doing.
How is your life gonna be better after watching that?
Watching a guy break the world record for smashing walnuts with his elbow, I don't get it, and it kind of just bothers me because I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity out there for genuine, real connection and genuine, real content and real value, but we're spending a lot of time doing dumb shit. But then the backside of that, so like on YouTube, Mr. Beast was on there. Obviously one of the biggest YouTubers. If anybody watches YouTube, they've probably heard of or have seen something that he's done. He has a lot of extreme stuff as well, and it always is like, gets more and more extreme, and it gets to the point of where some of it is just so stupid. I'm just like, whatever. But the backside of that is he's also doing, I don't know how real it is or not, but he was getting backlash for doing some good things. So I want to say he did. He helped so many 1,000 people or something like that see for the first time.
Okay.
And then he just did one recently where 1,000 people are being able to hear for the first time.
Okay.
And like whatever, right? So he's spending money doing these things, these good things, right? And then people are kind of chastising him because it's like, hey, you know, if you really want to do something good, you know, don't put it out here for everybody to
because
see,
everybody's
right?
seen it. But
Yeah.
everything he's done, everybody's seen.
Exactly.
So you can watch him do the foolish stuff, but you can't watch him do something
do
great.
something good. So
Something
he's
good.
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, basically.
You know, but at the same time, like, why is there not more of that latter?
And I can, you know what, in that instance, I can appreciate that the audience that you've built, the money you've made off of YouTube, whatever else you've done, you've taken some of that and done something to really change somebody else's life, right? I don't know. Maybe they do, but I don't know that, you know, these extreme videos are changing lives. I don't.
Doubtful.
Right. I'm agreeing with you on that. But giving somebody hearing that they've never had, or giving somebody vision that they've never had, that's something that's life changing. And you're doing it at 1,000 people a pop. That's pretty solid for me. And that, for me, I believe is what we should keep relevant. You know, those moments, I believe, is what we should continue to support, what we should continue to push. Because then, yes, let's make that relevant all day long, right? Because we don't have enough of that. We have enough of everything else, but we don't have enough of that. And I believe we're deteriorating as a society, man, because we don't push that. We push the crazy videos,
The dumb shit.
the most dumbest crap.
Right. Most expensive hotel room in the world.
Yeah.
Well, pay me to watch me stay in it and tell you how great it is. How great it is.
And people are glued to the video, right?
I mean, I have fallen victim because, you know, I want to see what $200,000 a night looks like.
I got you.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I've clicked on one or two. You know, I'm not gonna lie, but it didn't change my life.
I got you.
I mean, maybe it did. It made me more depressed.
Right.
I can't.
Like I'm
afford-
so far away from that.
Yeah,
huh?
that's
I got
never
you.
even in my wheelhouse of things, right?
But did that person do it? You know, if we come back to it, did that person do it to be relevant, or did they do it for the information's sake?
Oh, no, it was definitely just to try to be cool.
The
to
one
produce
who
content.
was able to produce
Yeah,
that kind of content.
The one
I got you.
that can produce the content. And you know, there is I guess there is a certain level of exclusivity that people seek
Mm-hmm.
because it is engaging and they do enjoy it. You know, I don't know, but I guess if I really think about it, relevance depends upon your intent.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
Right.
So I don't know. I really don't know.
You say that, right? Because we're sitting here with the intention on being relevant, right? Because we talk to our audience,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
we ask them when we say, "Hey guys, tell us what you would like to see," right? Like,
they
comment,
don't
and
listen
subscribe, and
at
nobody
all.
listens at all.
Why? I don't
You know, we want to know, what do you like? You know, what do you want to see the Deep MCs do more of? You know, what do you
Yeah.
want to hear us talk about more of?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we do want to produce content that people will actually get something out of.
That's relevant
But I
to
believe
them.
our intent is not to just simply entertain, but it is to, you know, if we're talking about mental health, or we're talking about whatever it is, right? Wealth, or whatever those things are,
Yeah.
that you can leave with something that'll change the trajectory of your life, right?
No, for sure.
And so in that moment, I believe that, you know, yeah, relevance matters in different areas. It's just why are you using it?
Yeah, why and how. And speaking of relevance, and speaking of YouTube, and speaking of why people need to subscribe to the channel, again, putting that out there a lot. We put that out there a lot in this episode.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because an idea of relevance. So I seek out guests occasionally for the show, and it's interesting because you know, a lot of times you'll send a lot of shit out and you don't really get responses. So people think that, you know, there's a line of people waiting to talk to me, to you, to anybody. I mean, that's the furthest from the truth, right?
Yeah, right.
But as I was reaching out to have a conversation, a couple back and forth emails with one decently well-known YouTuber, he basically just told me, hey, I'm a busy guy. Tell me what's your numbers looking like? Basically, how many people do you
right
before I waste my time? Right. He was searching for relevance.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, are you relevant at that time? But what bothers me kind of about that is, while like, yes, this guy is much larger than we are, and he is relevant to a large group of people, who's to say that we are not just as relevant to that same group of people? We just aren't on that same platform. Right. And the opportunity that is there, that crossover, you know, we have a listenership as we go through all these episodes, and we've gained these people on the audio version that may not even be part of his circle, right? So why would you not, if you have an interest, even if you have an interest, you're going to turn it down because it's not relevant?
Yep.
That just, to me, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me, and I would like to think that given the same platform, that I wouldn't take the same approach.
Yeah, I got you.
But I don't know. Maybe I would.
I mean, I think it's built into building that into who you are, right? Because if we are where we are today, and we already understand that part of this platform that we're building is going to be to do that very thing, then we've already built that into our kind of scope of work.
But I want to tell somebody you're not relevant.
You just want to say that?
Yeah, I just want to say it. I'm gonna apologize later.
You can't handle the truth.
But yeah, that's gonna be like,
that's gonna be your moment.
I would love to, but you're just not relevant.
You're just not relevant.
No, I think there's a song that the Drake did with the Migos, Versace, right? And I think Drake has the first verse on there, and he basically, one of his lines is, he's like, hey, this is a gated community. Please get the fuck off my property. Right? It's just nice to be able to say.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Not that, you know, I want to live my whole life that way, but just one time. I would love to be able to just, you know, maybe that's wrong of me. Is that wrong of me?
There's no right or wrong in this situation.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
I think that there is. I feel like that's a very asshole-ish thing to do.
Well, I mean, if that's in your nature to do, then it's not wrong.
I just want to try it on just one time.
Just put the coat on once.
Just one time.
I got it, bro. You know? I mean, you know, we all have dreams and goals and desires. You know, and so if that is your one, then
see what the other side lives like.
Yeah,
you know, kick people off my land. You know, get the fuck out of here.
Like, you don't belong here.
You don't belong here. Leave. I don't know. I don't know how to do it properly because I'm not.
It's just never been able
wealthy.
to. Yeah, it's almost like people that curse that don't do it ever. Yeah. you know, and it just doesn't flow right.
Yeah, it comes out all fucked up. Man. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll be able to properly excuse someone from my domain.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna like point like have you practiced it?
I think
you
I'd
practiced
rather,
it in your mind.
No, because I don't know how it would come across. Like, I don't want it to be like angry.
Okay.
Right, but I don't want it to be completely smug. I just want it to be just like a natural,
like just dismissive,
like a natural, hardworking entitlement.
Okay.
If anybody knows what that is, please let us know. But that's just how I view it. Like, it's just, I'm not going to get too upset, but I'm going to make it very clear that you don't belong here. You're not relevant. Right?
You have practiced it.
Right? Just one time. And then I'd be like, oh, never mind, dude. Come on.
Come on, you're good.
Yeah,
After you said that.
You're good. After I shattered your hopes and dreams, right? You've been waiting for this moment, and then I just told you ain't shit. I don't know.
Just once.
Just one time.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll deal with that emotion, in another show to figure out what the root of that is. We'll be back on that one to figure out where that stems from.
Where that stems from.
Yeah.
All about being relevant. So yeah, I mean, I guess ultimately at the end of the day, relevance is only relevant if it's relevant to you.
It's individual, bro. Completely individual. And we've talked about, all of the different shows and all of the different things that people enjoy or use for entertainment. And, some people like, comment, and subscribe to all of those things, right? So that they get the alerts when they show up.
Yeah.
Because it's important to them to see it. So for that, it's relevant to them.
It's relevant.
Yeah.
There you go. Leave it right there.
All right.
I'm fine with that.
Peace.
What's going on, guys? Hope you like the show. Appreciate y'all listening, but we need something from you.
Yeah, man, we need you to like, comment, and subscribe. We want to know what you like about the show, so that we can continue to create relevant content for you.
Appreciate it.